Chris, you ever ate some booty and it tastes like booty?
Like it tastes like poop?
No, not poop. Not quite poop. I hope we didn't get all the way to poop. I was more thinking like booty. You know, like the oh, okay, yeah, you don't stink, but like you been walking around today.
You got like ass sweat?
A little ass sweat. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I've been there.
Now, Zane's birthday was popping, though. It was one of the most popping parties I've ever been to in my entire life.
If I was 5 years old and had the party that Zane had, if I was just next year had the party that Zane had,
Yeah.
I would be pretty
You'd be
fired
like
up.
fucking crazy. You know what I saw? I saw it was the bouncy house. And I was like, adults should get more bouncy. We should normalize adults getting bouncy houses at their parties because why not?
Yeah.
It's fun. Nobody's ever not. You cannot be having a bad day and get in a jumpy house and your day still be bad. By the time you get out of it, you're like, man, I was just jumping a whole bunch like a kid. That was fucking fun.
Did you get to spend some time in the jumpy house?
I didn't.
So.
But I went to a party before that and did.
The energy it takes, we just don't have anymore.
I be doing flips. Cause it's the one place you can get all flips and practice new flips. Like
We're
if
too
you
old
practice
to be
new
practicing
flips?
if you y'all don't, yeah, I'm doing all this. Y'all not with me. Like for me, it's like I know that I'm not the best back flipper. I can't even backflip. I'm not gonna say I'm the best. I'm not even a good backflip. I'm not a back flipper. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Can't backflip like that. I know in a pool you can catch me on a good day and I can hit you with a backflip into a pool.
Yeah.
But I know it's because I have nothing that I have to worry about but the water. We're good. Bouncy houses are the only other place that you can try new shit and be like, man, you know what? I know that normally I can't jump up. You go to the trampoline place. You ever go to the trampoline place? You're like, what the fuck? I could just try all this new stuff. You don't realize how fragile your knees are and how weak your ankles are.
Yeah.
You go in and you start realizing that like one tweak, as a kid, you can tweak something and it's fine.
That's what I was thinking when you said normalize bouncing castles as adults.
Tweaks?
Oh, yeah. Because I was a trampoline fucking kid.
You were a trampoline kid.
I was out there.
Did you have a trampoline?
Every day during the summer, yes.
You had a trampoline?
I had a trampoline in my backyard.
Popping.
From like 10, maybe like 8 to I would say even like 14. I was big into trampolines. I could kill it. I wasn't a big back flipper, but I was definitely a big front flipper. And in my late 20s, I was like, oh, there's a trampoline in this party. This is awesome. And I've had a couple drinks, and of course, just a little tweak. Little tweak. Oh, back problems for the next 2 weeks.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you're just like, fuck, I'm not who I used to be.
I went to the trampoline spot, and I didn't feel that way afterwards. But while I was doing it, I did limit the things I tried because I was like, you know what? This just feels different.
Yeah.
It just feels different than when I used to come here, and it did not matter. Now I started thinking about all the different things and work that I can't do anymore if I fuck something up. Like when I thought I tore my Achilles 2 weeks ago, I thought it was over with. I was like, yo, you can't even like perform now if you want to do a couple shows. You can't do any of this stuff because you've been fucking around. You just tore your Achilles. It does make me sad even talking about this shit because I feel like now I'm realizing we are just getting old.
Yeah.
And we're just getting to a place where we're like, yo, it's not worth it. Because you know what, Chris? I just got a fucking new mattress. And that was worth it. That mattered to me. It meant everything to me to get a new mattress. And then I realized it was something broken on my bed. The mattress wasn't even messed up. The mattress that I did in, I was like, oh, it's a dent in the mattress. We got to get a new mattress. This sucks. And I was like, yeah, I think so. This does suck. When they lifted the mattress up to take it out, I take out the old one. I looked at it and was like, it looks brand new on this side. And then I realized that the bed has a broken middle rod. That's why the bed is going down. So I do have a brand new mattress. It does feel amazing, but that one has a dent in it now too because I still haven't fixed the rod.
You got to fix the bottom.
I'm going to fix the rod.
Yeah, I had actually literally a very similar problem recently where Claudia was like, we need a new mattress. I was like, it's not the mattress, it's the bed.
Yeah. And was it the bed or the mattress?
It was. I put some boards in. Then she like made me switch speeds. She thought my side was softer than hers.
That's what happened.
She made me switch spots with her for a while.
And you hated her spot, didn't you?
Yeah. I was like, okay. And then I turned the whole entire mattress around. I was like, okay, now you have the good side. And now she still complains about it. She just wants a new mattress.
That's legit what happened. It's like, it's a shame that our women have to actually make us experience things for us to believe and tell the truth. Like, legitimately, like my girl was like, oh, it's got a dent in it. I'm like, ain't no fucking dent in the mattress. You're bugging. She's like, sleep on this side. I woke up the next day and said, "What the fuck, man? My goddamn neck."
Yeah.
I said, "What the fuck did you do to this side?" She's like, "I did to this side." I'm like, "Yeah, it's what you did on your side. It's some shit going on." And then I realized it was just the ride. But like, yeah, no, I had to wake up with real neck pain for me to be like, "All right, fam, something going on with your side of the bed."
And then you take the top off and you're like, oh, half of the boards have like fallen
Yeah,
under.
that's what
Or they're
happened.
like super spaced out.
Pretty much.
And you didn't even realize it.
Yeah.
It's a mess. This episode sponsored by Casper. No. That would be a really good organic intro.
I feel like they would love to do it too. We should
To,
just connect with Casper.
we should. That's my mattress is currently from a past Casper ad I did.
I feel like mine is from definitely an ad company in which I bought my mattress because I asked people what mattress should I get, and I felt like bots were writing me back and all saying this mattress. So I was like,
smart.
fuck it. And I just bought the mattress.
Yeah.
So if you're a mattress company,
We're
you
looking-
think this might be
We're
your
looking to sell
mattress
ourselves.
Or if you're the one that Sterling already bought, he'll give you the endorsement. If you're a new one, give me one. I'll give you the endorsement.
You know, and welcome to Wine and Weed.
Welcome to Wine and Weed.
I am one of your hosts, Sterling Steelo Brim, aka that dude, aka S to the beach and your best of the breed, aka is that third leg, it's just me, aka Kiss our father, aka Black Mama, aka RP Black Mamba, aka Stevens and Styles and your Styles, and last but not least, Young Quilroy with me.
As always, I'm Chris Reinacher, a.k.a. the Chronosaur, a.k.a. your new baby daddy, a.k.a. Speed Bump, a.k.a. my friends are Speed Bumps, a.k.a. the La La La, a.k.a. the Elusive Moose, a.k.a. Mustache Maven.
Yeah.
I almost shaved to the mustache
Shave
for
Maven.
today, but I thought it was becoming a gimmick that I go mustache every time I shave.
Yeah.
You know, so I just went straight all the way down,
Shaving maybe.
just clean shaven Maven.
Yeah.
Boom. And welcome to another episode. We got Alahna Jade off camera reading us some facts.
Yap.
Yes.
And if you don't know about this show, which I'm pretty sure you do by now, we smoke a little weed, we drink a little wine. All while doing that, we go over the news of the week. And this week we are drinking a little Justin. And actually, I'm going to say smoking a little Keke or Kiki from Jokes Up. My homegirl and them dropped this off. Shout out to Jokes Up. Shout out to Pilar.
Jokes Up.
And then we're also smoking on a little
I
bit
was
what?
smoking some King Roll.
King Roll.
But is that a women-owned weed company?
It is.
You know, it's March. It's International Women's Month. No, it's not. It's April.
It's April. So
But
stop that whole
Every,
women
mo-
shit.
every month for me is International Women's Month.
Chris,
like
you
it.
sound like a dude trying to get some pussy.
I'm
if I
always-
ain't know better, I would think you didn't have a girlfriend.
I'm always smoking female-owned weed companies.
That's a lie. Why would you even tell that lie on this podcast?
I do. I have recently been going after some female.
That's
grown
good.
weed
How
companies.
how easy is it to find?
Well, I was in a shop last time. My girlfriend said, "Do you have any female-owned?" And then the time before it was International Women's Month, and I said, they said there was a discount on female-owned. They gave me a whole entire pack.
They give you discount February for black owned weed.
I
couldn't find
it was
that,
a
huh?
different weed store.
This one's a woke weed store.
Yeah, this one.
It's
was
called Woke Weed.
Yeah.
Welcome to Woke Weed. Should we just jump right to the fucking show?
I mean,
Already had a little fun.
yeah, I think so. I wanted to talk to you about the insane show, The Ultimatum,
I
but
haven't seen
you
it.
haven't seen it yet. So we'll save the Ultimatum talk for next week.
Yeah. I'll watch
After
it.
the
I'll check
finale.
it
They
out.
It's
did
an
ask
extremely
us to talk
unhinged
about
reality
Atlanta,
show.
if you saw.
Oh, I
it.
did watch the episode of Atlanta, and people did ask, and I got that on multiple platforms saying, "Oh my God, I really want to hear what the Wine and Weed crew thinks about this episode of Atlanta this week." Did you watch it?
I haven't seen it yet.
Okay, then. Yeah, I guess we'll put it in the ultimatum category.
All right, next week we'll talk some TV.
Let's get into it, though, right? To saying 5.
Church not using white music in worship service during Lent. A church in Illinois is fasting from whiteness during the season of Lent. Lead pastor John Ederton at the First United Church of Oak Park wrote in a March newsletter that the church's worship service during Lent would not use any music or liturgy written or composed by white people, and that First United would be doing a mix of giving
It's a
something
step.
up and taking something on. According to Ederton, the music during Lent will be drawn from the African American spirituals tradition, South African freedom songs, Native American tradition, and others. He also noted that the church would be offering a weekly program entitled Tell Me the Truth About Racism, a 6-week series with Sunday meetings. On Wednesday, the church updated its online content, releasing a statement on how some are questioning its message.
So I actually know this church.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm from
Where-
Chicago. So Oak
Where
Park
is it?
Oak Park is not. It's literally across the street from Chicago. It's a west suburb. It's across the street from Chicago. It's divided by the Austin line. I grew up in the Austin community, so I know Oak Park, and I know this church, and it's a super white ass Catholic church. I think it's a Catholic church, right?
Oh, it's a Catholic church?
It does not say.
I believe it's a Catholic
Interesting.
church. It's a super white Catholic church. I believe it's right off of Madison in Austin. I want to say it's on. No, it's on a. That's not a. That's what the fuck street? I don't know that
It's on
street.
Lake Street.
It's off Lake. Yeah. It's off Lake. Yep, for sure. It's on Lake Street and off of Austin. But like this, it's just funny to me to try to like fast from whiteness. At the end of the day, there's nothing more cringe that I could even think about than the white church singing all black songs.
I was very much.
Oh man, in my head.
Have you seen that picture last year where they sung like
When they sing Negro spirituals?
the Lion King at like before a Donald Trump rally or something? It's just a bunch of like white Army and Navy singers.
Oh, I think I
like,
did see
Da Savannah.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh no, this is so. But do you think they're gonna have artists come in to sing the different songs, or is it gonna be like?
I don't know. It's not a full white community. I just don't know no black people. I've been to that church one time. That's why
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've been to that church one time, so I actually know how the church looks, the congregation looks. And my auntie Jari went there, and she used to be doing a whole bunch of white shit. So it was a white church for sure. I think she was half white. But
Well, do you remember? Was there like communion and like standing and sitting? Was it like Catholic or
it was.
Or was it
I'm pretty sure it was Catholic because I remember it being so quick and me being like, "What the fuck? Catholics get in, get out. I can get down with this." But they legit they sing hymns or whatever, and it was just like, "Oh, this is like some weird." It was definitely no soul in that church. There's not one soul in that church. So for me to think about them singing black songs in any capacity is just funny to me. And it makes me think like why they choose whiteness this year for Lent. Like who made this decision?
It's something with like we need to have a discussion about racism, and it feels like the church is like not a bad place to do that. Like the intentions seem good.
Yeah, they do, but it's just like the thought of like me thinking white people questioning other white people about racism in this space. That's funny to me. And it's like when Lent is over, do you like, oh, I'm finally happy we can get back to this whiteness? Like, what do you really like? Oh, we not doing? It's just songs, right?
It's like are we talking 90% white church? Are we talking 50-50? Are we talking like it's like a?
I haven't been there in years and years and years.
Okay.
Well, I went there, it was 90 for sure, maybe
Okay.
95.
My guess is that it's Gen Z kids being like, we should talk about in church racism.
Yeah.
You know what I want to talk to my grandpa about? You know what I want to talk to my parents about? Racism.
Yeah.
We need to have a dialogue. Why isn't church the place to talk about racism?
I could see church getting restored in some years. I could see the church really having a restoration and people realizing that, okay, we are doing this all wrong, and maybe we should have more open dialogues to getting somewhere versus like people just preaching. To me has just never been the call. People just being like, I'm going to tell you something. And
but it's like discussions, right? That's how it's framed.
Well, they said that they had a special segment for that. Like once a week, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean,
6-week series.
who's showing up for that? Not the people who need to talk about race.
No. The same. I think the same Gen
gotta
Z
name
kids
that
are
something
showing
else.
up.
Yeah, it's like you gotta trick them
You gotta
niggas.
trick them into it.
Let's not talk about race. Them niggas get here like, finally a place.
Gotcha.
We cannot talk about this shit. Close the doors.
I need a place where we can just not talk about racism for one day.
That's how we'll get them.
Up. You got me.
I should have known. But I also just think it's like crazy to be like, you know what, this year, I think it might be something they trying to use to get the uptick in black members. Like they might not have no black members, and they like, how can we bring the blacks in? Let's tell them that we're working on ourselves.
Just a couple of years ago, we talked about racism for a few weeks.
Did you guys see that? They talked about it on the Wine and Weed podcast.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Is it like like bad?
No, I didn't say it was bad. I didn't say it was bad. I'm not like certain things I could think are funny. I mean, I think they're like necessarily bad. Like I think like the way sometimes like you ever see a white dude that can't dance and you like, man, this is bad, but I'm still happy. I'm still happy seeing this. I'm still happy seeing you be free. They're like, so for me, it's like it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's still needed. We still need your energy here. I just think it's funny as seeing. Like I think it's funny them being like at this all white church to talk about race. I think it's funny unless you say like they're bringing in people. They're bringing in like the speakers from different things, and that's kind of cool. But like other than that, it's like I think it's funny, but I think it's needed somewhat too.
Yeah.
You know?
There's an element of a little cringe, but
Yeah.
the cringe is in a
good
for
place.
good.
It's in a good place.
Cringe for good.
Yeah.
Los Angeles woman wins $10 million when stranger bumped her and she accidentally selected different lottery ticket.
We split that bitch. We splitting that right now. I hit you.
An accident led a Los Angeles woman to become a millionaire. LaQuadra Edwards was purchasing her typical lottery tickets when a stranger accidentally bumped into her and she ended up winning $10 million. The California State Lottery told the outlet that Edwards was buying the tickets at a grocery store in Tarzana, California in November when the stranger accidentally knocked her as she was selecting her scratchers. She ended up selecting a $30 scratcher ticket instead of what she usually bought. She was irritated at first because she wanted to buy a handful of smaller price scratchers. He just bumped into me, didn't say anything, and just walked out the door, Edwards said in a press release from the California State Lottery. When she got into her car and scratched off the ticket, she discovered she had won $10 million, which is the most amount of money one can win.
That man was never there. That was God. She thinks it was some dude that bumped her. I'm here to solve this mystery for y'all. She's like, I would look for him for a while. I couldn't find his name or even his car because he was the Lord himself.
Wow.
Who else could bump you and give you $10 million other than God?
Time traveler.
Time traveler. Who do you think the time traveler was?
Sonic.
All right.
That woman's great grandson.
That woman's great.
No. Just
It could've been
grandson.
someone in the future.
Maybe son.
Like maybe someone in the future
Yeah.
came back to give
Give
make her
his
get
mom
the money.
$10
Somebody
million.
in the future. You don't think anybody in the past had already figured out time travel and then now?
Wait, and then when found out what you would have, what button you would have to
No,
press.
I was just more
and
asking.
then went back
No,
again.
because we were talking about the future. I was just more saying everybody always goes to the future, the future, the future. I was saying, do you think time travel has ever already been touched on?
And they're traveling. They're from the past and they land here.
I'm saying, you know, Rob tried to buy a time machine.
And he wanted to go to the future.
Would you want to go to
You're
the
right.
future?
Why are time travelers never from the past?
They
That
are
never
in the past.
happens.
They're from the future.
They're always from the future.
Hey, I'm here from the future. I'm here to
Hi.
let you know. Don't do
I'm
that.
from the
The
future.
time machine is built.
Yeah, we know that the
Sure.
time machine's not here
And
yet.
we don't have a record.
But
of
I
being
was
built
more
in the
saying, like,
past.
just like the Egyptian, I mean, just like the fucking pyramids, we don't have any record or how it really happened, quote unquote. If you want to, you know, get into that, I was just saying how we know the time machines ain't already been created and they had to be destroyed. But people had already, you know, time travel. I also smoked. You did it, so you need to stop judging people.
No, yeah, like it became a mass conspiracy to cover this up, and they were
Thank
like,
you,
we can
Chris.
never,
You smoked as well.
we can never use this time machine
Thank
ever
you.
again
Thank
because
you,
this is unnatural,
Chris.
so we have to destroy it and never tell anyone that this
So
is.
For
they
making
went back
perfect
to-
time machine
They went
sense.
back to the future and destroyed the time machine so that it can't be used again.
Back
Dude,
to the future.
That's a movie. We're not that high.
The moment when somebody in that original writing room went, and then they have to go back to the future, and they all looked at each other and went, back to the future. That was like the best moment that has probably ever existed.
Yeah. Maybe
They
ever.
were like, that is such a good fucking title.
No, we're going to use it 3 times.
And it's a
2 or
great
3?
concept. I need to go back to the future.
Would you? Okay. So
Wonderful.
if you got a time machine, what would be the first thing you did? Like, I know we probably have we
my
asked this
God.
question before
No,
the show?
we haven't.
If you got a
'cause I've
time
never thought about
machine,
it.
what would be the first thing you did with it? You only get one thing. Like, it's like a genie wish. You get one thing to do first, and that's the thing you're going to do.
So it's one thing. So either we can go to the future or we can go to the past. but
Yeah,
we don't-
it's your wish.
Or do you get to like choose? If
No,
this
this
is
is-
my one thing I do in my past, my one thing I do in my future.
This is no. You're trying to get 2 things out of me. This is just
It's worth a shot.
Okay, I'll tell you what. I roll a dice. If I get an even, you give me 2 things.
I'm not cutting deals with you.
Hear me out.
You take your one
Can I
thing.
wish for more wishes?
What if we all get one thing? What is your one thing? Everyone's in line. They get to use the time machine once.
I'm sorry to give you
gosh.
more questions, but I get to go and come back.
You have 5 seconds to make a decision.
But I get to come back,
No.
right?
Yeah, you get to
'Cause
come
that's
back.
a whole
I'm
nother
going to the
question.
future,
It's
You
I'm
have
like,
to
getting
come
the
back.
lottery ticket numbers
To what?
to like the biggest lottery that's ever happened.
Sounds like
you're bringing
You know,
lottery tickets back to.
you're coming back.
I didn't ask. I don't want to explain.
Are you content guy?
I mean, the obvious, like the textbook answer is find the lottery tickets from a big number and go
Yeah.
back. Now the question is, you want to go back to the 70s and become the richest person in the 70s?
Damn.
You want to do that?
You see this, Alana?
No, 'cause I
this
don't
white
wanna be
man.
all-
This white man had a
No.
chance to stop slavery, and he still let it happen.
See, that's why I was like, do you pick something selfish or do you pick
God
something
damn.
like?
But
not
could you?
selfish?
But could you? That's my other question. Is like, you think like, oh, I would go back. I'd invent Microsoft before Bill Gates. Oh, would you? You'd invent Microsoft?
You fucking
No,
idiot.
I don't want to be that old.
Who couldn't pass algebra?
Yeah, you have you're like, I found Steve Jobs.
I
They're
don't
like,
want to be
so
that old. Okay, this is what I would do. I would get the lottery ticket numbers for like 2023 or something.
wait, how would you?
Oh wait, what if I die before?
Wait, what the fuck?
Oh, you go ahead. You keep
Yeah,
your
I
own
don't want
life.
to. I don't want to be like, oh, let me be Steve Jobs' age or like that.
Yeah, but then if you go to the future, then like, why go get a lottery? People don't ever want to like, yeah, but then you could go invent a company that you know you could do. Like Uber, yeah, you
Uber.
might not be able to like fucking create Microsoft, but you could have made Uber.
I love this premise
Postmates.
because you are leaving out the fact that the creator of Uber had so much just inherent, no matter how smart he is, a bunch of luck that I think that maybe I or you wouldn't have.
No.
So it's so funny to go
you're
back and go like,
confused.
I have the same idea. It doesn't matter if you have the same idea because
no, I'm a business person.
can you
If I have your
execute
idea, if I have your idea, I'm easy. I'm moving on this.
in the where you move into the 2006 or something?
What I'm saying is, I'm gonna go in the future and get the idea, then cut the person off by creating it early.
Oh,
That's the point. Is
I
you take the person's idea and you create it now.
And then the person realizes that their idea was
No,
somehow
their whole
stolen,
future has changed.
So now they have
They're
to,
homeless now.
They figure out there's a time machine. And then they go back, they find the time machine, and they ruin your
Yeah,
life.
you
And they
get
kill you.
foiled.
And they kill you.
They saw that you stole their future.
You have to remember, in this form of high business politics, there's also time travel.
What if you die? What if you got killed by a future you and you can't tell nobody? I mean, like, ain't nothing they can figure out to get that person. You know what I'm saying? Like, they can't investigate that. What if future you just comes, or future somebody just comes, murders you? There's no way to investigate
There's
that.
still DNA
From who?
from whoever the person is.
Find them.
With their DNA, I could find it.
No.
If
DNA
Chris,
won't be
if
even
future
around.
Chris kills me right now,
think
it's
DNA
still
gonna still be
Chris's
around?
DNA.
No, you're saying that future Alana would kill Alana, future Chris would kill Chris, right?
Well,
Or
I
are you
don't know
saying
how
future Sterling would kill Chris?
I would definitely kill you.
If you,
But it would still be.
are you?
Steelo's
And you're saying
DNA.
you would still get caught?
No, DNA is gonna be gone in the future.
I mean, you might be able to frame your
I'm
current
making this
self.
up right now
We
to
can
make
tell.
this make sense.
DNA is
We
gonna
can
be
tell.
gone.
And
I mean-
replaced with what?
What you mean? Look, we already not even gonna have to
I'm
walk.
on board.
We already
Replace
not
with
even
what?
gonna have to walk into Amazon. I mean, to stores with nothing no more. We get able to grab shit and walk the fuck out. You tell me they gonna still be using our fingerprints to catch us?
They'll be using something better.
Way
which does-
I just
easier.
love Sterling
They won't
going,
call it DNA no more.
going forward and then coming back, and he's like, this is what happened in the future, and like has these ideas that actually do turn out to be true, but like that doesn't necessarily mean people are like, yeah, let's do it. Now you're the inventor of that, because that person, future Steve Jobs, had such a journey to creating the next.
You're confused. If I saw Uber before it came out and like.
And you knew exactly.
I wouldn't even need that. I would just go, and fucking, I would just hire someone knowing that this is gonna fucking work, because I already watched them develop the app in front of me over years, and I would be like, hey, we're gonna do all of this stuff fucking now. And we're going to do it this way. And I'm going to pay the money to have someone develop the app for me. I already know what app I'm developing.
You're going to call it Uber?
Fuck
So you
yeah,
would
I'm an
go to the
asshole.
kitchen- wait, okay, question. So you gotta do two
You're
things
like
then. You're going to the
everyday
future and then you're taking yourself to the past. So I was saying, why wouldn't you just go to 2050, find out what
I'm
the biggest
hot.
idea is in 2050 and then just start it early?
I just said that.
That's what he's doing.
Oh.
You knew I said that. Shut the
like,
brain fuck
I have
us.
an idea.
I almost went for it. I was like, that's a better
I
idea.
because you were
I said 2030.
Let's do that.
Yeah, because, wow. But you have like, how long do you have when you're there? How do you figure out what the biggest idea is?
What have you got there?
Hey, you boy, what's the biggest idea of 2050?
I don't know. I don't know.
I
The
like,
clock is ticking.
You know, you're like, fuck, I got an hour.
Yeah, I could think about like getting there though and find out they got crazy new weed and smoking and forgetting why you was there and then coming back and be like, fuck, I forgot to get an invention.
but the weed is
I'm
great.
broke.
But 2050 is dope.
I smoked some weed called 2050.
What would you bring if you could go back to the 90s? What business would you start first?
Oh, if I can go back to the 90s.
If you go back to any year in the 90s and go, hey, I'd like to start this before that person does.
It's disease.
AOL.
Bop
What?
it. Pull it.
Just interior Mattel, like in the 90s. It's all like cubicles and it's corporate and there's a boardroom and this guy's about to present. He's like in a waiting chair. You walk in with like a design for Bop It.
Have you guys ever
smack it
seen
up.
this?
Twist it, pull it. The guy's like,
What the fuck? The future.
They're
How
like,
much
"Whoa,
is the
whoa,
guy
whoa."
who started Bop It worth?
We gotta take this.
You can't look that up. There's no way we pull that fact. Thank you for trying.
I imagine that he's. Do you think
He
went
did
on-
more than just Bop It. Bop It wasn't it. He didn't just stop at Bop It. I
No,
can
well,
promise
no,
So
there's
Dan
many versions of Bop.
Klitzner invented Bop It in 1993, and his
Dan
net
Klitzner?
worth
I feel like maybe he retired from the board of Bop It and they got all like weird. They started doing the pull it, or not the like spin it, and he was like, "This isn't the original vision."
They came out with a new Bop It again. They got the mini now. Used it recently. That's what made me think of Bop It.
How big is the mini?
He says his net worth is $343,000.
Damn. He owes some niggas for sure.
He's the creator of it, but he sold it to someone.
He got 2 gold Idea Awards and 4 Toy of the Year Awards.
I like this story.
Yeah.
Oh, he's created 3 #1 toys.
What does he look like?
including-
It's just how you think.
Can I play him in a,
For
in a
sure.
movie about his life?
You might be able to actually look.
Fuck yeah. I don't think I can pull that
I
off.
didn't even see him, but I heard.
I mean, if you grew your hair longer.
I can see you playing. I can see you playing him.
Let me see. Maybe I got a bad. I can't.
He's
see.
not like attractive, but like,
Oh no, I could pull this off.
yeah, you can pull it off. Like, yeah, they figure it out. How do you feel about like the CGI of the world, the technology of the world taking over right now? Where like you can go watch movies and like all the digital effects and everything makes it where people who are old can now be young people. People who are young now, they don't have to cast an old person to play an older version of you. They can just make you look older from filters and different shit. How do you feel about that? Is that gonna make it harder on people who like have been getting casted off how they look? They got some like niche look thing, and now they can just make that actor that
And just
actor
do it
they already
forever.
used, and they can just throw a filter on them. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I like it for like when you're seeing somebody's whole life. I don't know. Kind of feels like it takes away from the art form of both makeup and acting, like the lifelong art form of acting. And when somebody is younger, they play younger parts. When they're older, they play older parts. And like that's part of expressing your experience of life.
Yeah.
Is that you're going through life and you get to play these characters like you when you're young and characters like you when you're old, and you can't go back, you know.
Yeah.
Unless you're Javier Bardem. Is that who played?
I don't fucking know.
Is that who played Ricky and the Lucy and Ricky?
Oh yeah.
Because that guy went back. He was just like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna play a 24-year-old. You're 52, sir. No,
it doesn't matter.
I'm playing a 24-year-old.
Does not matter.
Okay, but I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, when I seen like Robert De Niro and them do it, and like this Martin Scorsese film, I'm cool with that. When I see
that was cool.
Them, see the younger versions of them. But when I think about like somebody is like, oh, I've been casted because of this thing, or like, oh man, he's got a certain look that you're trying to get this person on their face, and they're like, well, now they can just put a filter on this actor's face. Now he can play all these different versions.
There are actors that have it in their contract that they need to go through like age reducing CGI. There are very famous actors who like.
Oh, how long has that been popping?
CGI. I definitely know it's a thing.
I know one of them for sure. You don't have to tell me. And it just hit me right now. Like, for sure that guy does it.
There's certain actors that will, like, make sure that they basically throw.
And I feel like we're not saying the person's
frame.
name because that person has also a contract on us that we don't know about. Well, we can't mention his name on this podcast.
The whole combination of that would be that you need to see Everything Everywhere All at Once. It's insane. The movie.
Okay, I don't know what the fuck you were talking about.
It's about I don't even know how to explain what the movie is. It's created by the directors, the Daniels, who did Swiss Army Man, and they are like music video directors, and they brought a bunch of music video VFX people together to make this movie that goes off the fucking rails insane. It's very, very good, and I'd highly recommend it.
I'll check it out.
I think you're going to like it.
I'll check it out for sure.
Exxon signals record quarterly profit from oil and gas prices. ExxonMobil Corp on Monday said its first quarter results could top a 7-year quarterly record with operating profits from pumping oil and gas alone of up to $9.3 billion. A snapshot of the largest U.S. oil company's quarter ended March 31st showed operating profits from oil and gas, its biggest unit, could jump up by as much as $2.7 billion over the prior quarter's $6.6 billion. Exxon does not hedge or lock in oil sales, and results generally match changes in energy prices. Russia's invasion of Ukraine pushed up oil by 45% last quarter over the final period to an average of $114 a barrel. The estimate suggests total earnings for the quarter of about $9 billion at the midpoint of Exxon's estimates. Exxon shares, which would have jumped 36% year to date, rose slightly on Monday to 83.16.
So basically, these CEOs are getting raises and posting record profits, but all of us, our gas is going like crazy through the roof.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just thought that was an ironic sign of the times and the moment.
Isn't that always the case?
That their profits go up and up and up.
The profits go up when, in some kind of field, when people are at a deficit, something has to go up, right?
Well, they've been using, like Exxon has been using the money to buy its stocks and for its execs and stuff and shareholders. So they're saying
they're pushing it up themselves.
Pushing it up, yeah.
That's the problem.
That's what this article is.
Okay,
they're pushing up the price of gas.
Mm-hmm. It's been
but gas is getting more expensive though stock. As well as the sanctions in Russia and stuff, with us buying our energy from other places.
Yeah.
Gas is getting more expensive.
I'm
not saying but I think that's what we know about going to war that happens. And that they sanction this thing that we take. You're going to take an L in some area.
Yeah, and I think they know that we're expecting that to happen and kind of won't do anything about it. And then sometimes if the gas prices go up, it'll help get their candidate elected next time around.
Yeah, for sure.
So let's keep the gas prices up and let's keep posting record profits. and fuck them. And it's just nice to know what's going on.
I think
you
the
know?
big businesses always said fuck them. I don't never get surprised by them.
Fuck them
You don't think
They're
big
not here to
business has
help,
always
yeah.
been like fuck them?
and fuck them.
Yeah, big business is like how we make money. Fuck anything else.
We have all the gas. Fuck them. I mean, gas is definitely fuck them is their attitude for sure from the very beginning. I've never seen any gas company make any non-fuck them decision.
Did you know you lose a centimeter from your stomach every time you fart?
What?
No.
You lose a centimeter from your stomach every time you fart.
You
Is this
lose
a setup?
centimeter from your stomach,
Like it goes down a centimeter every time that
and
you
then it
fart.
goes back up.
Yeah, at some point. But it goes down. Just wanted you guys to know.
So you're saying you could fart yourself into abs?
That's a possibility. You could, or you could fart yourself into a strain.
Like full waist length goes down a centimeter.
Full waistline, centimeter.
No.
Yeah.
A full waist length centimeter it every time you fart.
What is this hand move you
I'm
just
thinking
did?
about how many centimeters a waist is.
How many? Yeah, I think it's from the actual the full radius around your full shit.
Who told you this?
I made it up.
Okay.
Chris is looking it up. Which
You
is
would
better
have
than
to,
anything.
you'd have to fart 66 times to just become nothing.
That's it.
Just 20 a 26-inch waist.
But that's like nobody can ever.
That's
get
as
to
extra small.
66 farts in a day. It's impossible.
Yeah, and like Alana
were
said, it
pretty-
just fills back up a little bit.
Yeah, it feels back up. You said half a centimeter back up. How many farts do you think you have to get to in a day before you had to, like you take yourself to the hospital? Is there a certain number of farts you could do in a day that you was like, I should go to the hospital?
And there's not any poop happening.
There's no poop.
It's
It's
just like,
just straight
man,
gas.
I am farting.
Farting nonstop. What number of farts do you think is the number that you like? There's obviously something going on with me.
I think if it almost like felt like a leak.
A leak.
If it was just
It's
like,
got to get leaky for you.
if it was just like,
You're
if
saying
it
like,
felt like I was deflating.
like a tire, like
if it
I was
was
holding my
like,
tire. I can hear
is
it.
my butt open?
I can hear it. I can hear the hole in my tire. Well, they just patched you. When you got to the hospital, they just patched you up between $25.
Does that count? You just patched me.
I should have got the tire plan.
I think that would be concerning. I think a couple hours of that.
So you saying you have to have basically a continuous fart when you can't even stop in control for you to be like, this is too much.
it would have to be big, elongated ones, like many times.
Many.
It would have it doesn't have to. It could either be a consistent, or it would have to be like, oh my God, what's going on? With
It's got to be smell. So it's got to be a long, consistent sound
it?
or a
That's
leak.
a good point.
Or it's got to be a smell that you're like, that can't be healthy.
No, that's death.
Yeah.
That's death coming.
Yeah. I've been there. I've farted before and been so disappointed in myself. I've been like, that is not okay. That is not okay. That's been my biggest L that I've taken in more recent times is that like I'm scared for airlines to lift the mask mandate solely because I fart so much on the plane that I'm like, I need this freedom.
That's crazy.
Is it true that people fart more in the air?
I think
Is
it's
that
my gas is definitely leaving my body. It's definitely doing something when I'm getting it.
Elevation just
that
kind of
makes-
squeezes you
That
up.
makes
and
sense. That makes sense.
You lose. Actually, when you're in the air, you lose
Ew.
like 4 centimeters off your waist.
That's true. That's also true. Have you ever shit on a plane?
Of course.
Of course.
Of course.
What? I've been on. If you're on an international flight, you're probably gonna shit on the plane.
That's not true.
No.
Sometimes I just save them. Just as an
Just
as an
I bought
activity.
this. I don't have anything to do here. I bought this ticket to shit.
Wouldn't it be fun if for 20 minutes I just went to the bathroom and chat?
Yeah. They should start an airline that allows couples or people to basically get their bucket list. You charge really a lot for them to get the Mount High
We
Club.
read this article.
There's an article already about this?
Yeah, we read it on Wine and Weed where the pilot
This is
from
what this
Vegas,
podcast is.
where this pilot from Vegas was taking people up to have sex on the plane and then taking them back
What
down.
the fuck? I smoked too much weed. I do not remember this article.
I didn't really remember it either. But I believe that was on this show.
Yeah, they have suites. They have like suites in planes. Like full on suites, like beds.
And you know what's going on in there.
If you buy a suite, I can't even imagine me wasting my money
Wasting their money.
on this suite and me traveling with my loved one, with my partner, and me not having sex.
Do you think you could rock the plane, or do you think that's not really out?
Oh
of
yeah,
plane?
big dick.
No.
Oh,
Like
this
the suite
dick's
next to you be
gonna
like, they
rock
are.
this
This
750
place is shaking. Would it? I'm just saying if you wanted to.
Yeah, if you're doing this, you're shaking their place.
Would you shake the plane, or like the plane's gonna go, right?
Sir, we can't even do liftoff because you're dropping dick.
We could control.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that, babe? I guess I'm the pilot.
No, sir, we didn't say you're the
Captain
pilot.
Dinglings to the rescue. No, I don't think you're gonna rock the fucking plane. I think that
I mean, do you think your neighbors could be like,
maybe to the suite next to you, they might
this
be like,
guy's
"Hey,"
having sex?
I think that they would be like
This
inspired.
guy's having sex.
Yeah, they'd be like, "You know what? What are we doing?
Yeah. Or what am I doing?
What am I doing?"
What am I doing? I got a suite for myself.
Yeah,
First class, one way to Paris.
the suites in Singapore Airlines. We talked about this. Check it out, guys. If you have not seen a suite on Singapore Airline, they sponsored this episode.
Yeah, just the suites.
It
Sponsored
just the
the
suites up.
episode.
Yeah, man,
It's a
they
really
should
specific demographic.
they should let us like go test out the suites and do a show in Singapore somewhere, you know. But like,
They should.
just give us a free flight. That'd be smart. They
That would-
smoke weed in Singapore.
OnlyFans star Courtney Tailor confronted at hotel bar over killing her boyfriend. OnlyFans star Courtney Tailor has been confronted by a stranger in a Miami hotel and accused of killing her boyfriend. Courtney Clenny, 25, known on social media as Courtney Tailor, had been taken to a mental institution after Christian Obusal, 27, was stabbed to death. A video has now emerged on Instagram showing someone filming a blonde woman in the bar of Miami's Grand Beach Hotel Friday night. Clenny's attorney, Frank Petro, confirmed that the woman was his client. In the brief clip, as Clenny gets up to leave, the woman filming can be heard saying, "Yeah, you should go." The investigation into his death is ongoing, and Clenny has not been arrested or charged with any crime.
There were videos of her in what looked to be clothing with his blood all over her body, all over her clothes.
But a quick rundown of who this couple is.
This couple, I don't know if he's known for anything. I don't think he is. She has 2 million plus followers on Instagram. She has even more on OnlyFans and something else. She would be considered an influencer or a celebrity.
They live in Miami.
Yes. He is dead, deceased now. She murdered him on what they are claiming in this moment as self-defense. They haven't told us how, what's happened, anything, but she's shown little to no remorse. She has been at a bar one time. She also posted hours after he was murdered to her OnlyFans account, which they have not confirmed if it was somebody else running the account or if it was her. Just all these things point at this person not being remorseful at all in any capacity about what has transpired, and it seems like this person is just acting a little weird. But you know, the argument becomes because she's a white woman who is a hot white woman, that in this dude is a black dude. You know, and I've seen people argue that they don't care about what happened because, you know, sometimes us as a community, black people, I'm speaking for us in this moment, I think that we will be really hard on our own, as we should be, but we'll be really hard on our own. And I know that he didn't necessarily, it's unfortunate that this young man didn't necessarily love the skin he was in. He was very confused. He spoke down on black people and black women, most importantly, a lot.
Oh, really?
Yeah, on
I
his
didn't know
social
this
media.
part. I
a
have
lot.
heard that both of these people in like Miami social life are very like a toxic couple that like fights every time they're out. Like that's the type of
Yeah.
behavior. They're like they are drama, right?
Yeah.
Like they are drama all the time, and now it's escalated to somebody dying
Well, yeah. So
allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. I don't know. I just feel like for her not to be ever arrested, really questioned like that or anything.
Why? Why didn't they? I don't.
She pleaded, like she was saying that she was mentally unstable, that she was going to kill herself. So they checked her into a psychiatric ward and put a hold on her for, I think it was 72 hours.
But it's also something in Florida that you can, it's an actual law that only is in Florida that you can plead. And it means either that you're suicidal or it's something else. That was a weird argument, but it says that basically you can stay out.
You can stay out of the Menslins? Because I thought she was committed, but now she's like out at bars and like living her life again.
I don't think. Oh no, she ever was committed. Was she committed in the beginning?
Well, I don't know. That's the way that I thought she. As you guys were telling me things, I remembered what I knew. But like, I thought that was how she avoided being arrested. Because I was like, why wouldn't this person be arrested? And I thought it was like because like I'm crazy, but I guess she's back.
Because she went through a psychiatric evaluation and then she was released. So I'm not sure.
Yeah,
and then they just haven't.
Oh no, yeah, he does have he had a history. Not to make that about his full thing, but he did have a history of saying that he only valued white women and liked white women and looked at black women.
I just think it's horrible that someone was murdered and people are digging up their.
I was going to get to that. I was going to say, but for me, that's still no reason for us to just try to brush over his death, just because we don't agree with how he viewed his skin or black women. But more than anything, like this young man, his life was taken from him, and that I don't know if they're investigating or looking at it properly because a young white girl is saying he was crazy, and it's self-defense. Not saying that they didn't have a toxic relationship and they were not possibly crazy. Just saying that I don't think it's being properly looked at and investigated for somebody that, again, is showing no remorse, is popping out in the streets, is posting on social media, on different socials. It just points to like
is her social media just like still happening? Is that what she's...
I don't think maybe her Instagram isn't anymore, but she was definitely out and about and just asking somebody not to post. That was it. They were like, "How about you go home? Since you're insane or you're this or you're that, why are you out at a bar?" And I'm like, then she could probably try to argue like, "Oh, I drink to." I don't know. People could definitely try to argue that. I don't know. I mean, I don't think her argument's been that strong, and she's still walking the streets.
I don't know why she. Well, I don't know too much about it. So, but I don't know why she's not under arrest or being investigated. I'm sure she's being investigated, right? How does the justice system work anymore?
They figure it out.
Florida, just another day.
Just a day of. Yeah, I just want to bring more awareness to the case. I think it's getting more awareness right now for sure, but it's gotten brushed over for a minute. And it's unfortunate. It's crazy. It's crazy too when you think about like you go to somebody's page and you see they have like 2 million followers and you see all of the pictures and stuff and you like, this person murdered somebody and they're still posting. It's just crazy as fuck.
Yeah, it's really sad.
Wow.
Woman accused of killing cyclist claims fatal hit and run happened because she was defecating uncontrollably.
Well, I was going to ask that. I actually thought that was interesting. I was going to ask, okay, somebody died and that is sad, but like, do we not understand? Is there a way she can get off?
She's claiming irritable bowel syndrome.
Fam, if she really could not control her shit, if she was shitting, getting off a highway, or shitting, going through a crosswalk, you ever had the shit so bad, it blinds you for it blinds you for a quick second? What if she got blinded going through that crosswalk? Again, I'm sad somebody lost their life on this, but what if she really could not control that shit? I could see her losing control of that car.
Yeah, I guess there's this. We need to talk about shit safety measures.
Shit safety
as a
measures.
Society, because you're right. Like you could see it, just see Brown.
You can see Brown
and just be like, I gotta get to a gas station.
Easy.
Pull over and explode.
Easy. My question is, it shouldn't have been a hit and run though. I guess the runs were so bad. No pun. It was all pun. But I guess the runs were so bad she couldn't she had to still get that shit off. That's the problem, is that she hit the person and then still went through her shit.
What's the right thing to do in that moment? Let's say
I guess you gotta shit yourself. And then say you shit yourself because you hit somebody. When they get there, when the paramedics and the police get there and they're like, hey, you also have shit on you. You gotta say, yeah, I shit myself because I hit somebody. I don't think that's a natural reaction. And they're like, that's actually not. Like, you just shit yourself. But you like, yeah, well.
Or would you pull, let's say you're on a country back road and you're like, you really, like not too country.
Okay.
Like kind of like a small towny neighborhood.
Okay.
And but there's like trees on the side of the road and you're like, fuck. And you're driving and you're like almost going to make it. And then this guy comes out of like a park and on a bicycle, you're like, what the fuck? And then you crash into him and you're like, oh no. And you're like, I could either go shit. Is he okay? Did I knock him over? And he just got knocked over and he's like on the ground. And you're like, do I run? Do I shit? Do you pull over? Do you run into the trees? You shit and then go see if he's okay? Do you just poop yourself and then just have poopy pants? Like as the police show up?
That's what I was saying, but you just say to the police you poop because you
just have
hit
poopy pants.
That's one answer.
The next 3 hours.
Why is it 3 hours?
Because someone is going
it's a
into
process.
an ambulance.
Okay. The other answer is you go poop.
Yeah.
And you make the call while you on the shitter to the police and be like, or to the ambulance and be like, hey, a man was just hit. I was the person that just hit him. I'm shitting right now. If y'all get here before me, I'll be back in 2 minutes. I just got to get this out before I get back over there. Hopefully he's okay. Because there's nothing you can do anyway. Maybe you can roll him over, make sure he breathes, some shit. But at the end of the day, you got to wait on the ambulance anyway. So you might as well get that shit off.
What if you found out that he got hit and for the rest of your life, you're like, what would happen if I would have just shat myself? Maybe he wouldn't be gone if I just
shit myself.
Just pooped in my pants.
Yeah, but then you would have pooped in your pants. And that's embarrassing.
Oh my God. Can you just imagine the next few hours there's just logs in your pants? Or what are you doing? Are you can I change? You check your car, see if you have a towel?
And you got the way you said towel made me, it was nasty. I feel like you gotta just you gotta clean yourself up. You've learned how to improvise. You've learned how to figure something out.
You find the poop with a napkin. You just throw it into the.
And why are you making this more and more descriptive?
It's disgusting. This is
You're making it.
We gotta have a fart and poop show. If we're gonna have one, we gotta go to 10.
You're making it descriptive.
I'm just thinking this is the worst day of this woman's life. She didn't want to hit someone today.
No, she shit herself and hit somebody. And the day couldn't be worse. Man, you shit yourself and caught a murder charge.
And then she gets arrested and has to sit in the back of the cop car while he
Shitty.
shit.
But that's the thing. If she did that, I'd say let her go. But
she did hit and run.
She did a hit and run. She valued her own
hit and runs. Hit and runs. Shit and runs. Shit and runs. That's what the hell I should say. Shit and runs. Oh man, yeah, she's at fault. I mean, Man, that sucks, man. That sucks. That sucks. Like, man, you can't even tell nobody what really happened. Like when they call about they loved one dying, you can't. How you gotta just stop the story. Like it was a hit and run. You can't be like it was because she had uncontrollable diarrhea.
Yeah. Why'd you have to go to jail for a couple years? Well, I really had to poop one day.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. For me, it's like I think if I'm her lawyer, like she should be able to get off on something. I'm not saying fully like off, but like
She's gonna blame it on her medical condition. But there was that truck driver that like fell asleep at the wheel or something.
shitting is a medical condition.
She says she has irritable bowel
She has
syndrome.
IBS.
I know, yeah. But does she really have IBS? Can you prove anybody really has IBS?
She did
probably
that
like-
day.
But I'm asking, can you really prove anybody has IBS, or is it
You
like?
She has
Sure
a medical
can.
history of it.
But is it, or is it a feeling? It's not like
No,
I can't control
yes.
this. Is it like a real like? Oh no, this dude really can't control this, and we can prove it. It's like
Yes.
how are they measuring?
Because they shit their pants.
What if these people just want attention? I'm sorry, I'm joking. But I'm just saying, I was just asking, is there like we did the test on you and it came back you have IBS?
You do. Or it's like you shat yourself, but you don't have IBS. You just shat yourself.
Which is embarrassing.
But I
when you
shat
get-
myself all the time. Yeah. It's not the IBS. It's just you're a guy who shits himself.
Yeah. It's not a good look.
That would suck if you just find out you have poopy pants and it's not IBS.
It's not IBS. No, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like IBS is like ADD. It's like just a feeling. It's like me. I'm like, I know I got ADHD, but I also know I ain't never been tested for it. This is just a feeling. I'm misdiagnosing myself. IBS, I'm saying, how many people are walking these streets and they diagnosing themselves with IBS and being
I see what you're
like,
saying.
I just shit myself a couple times. Maybe I don't want to say I just shit myself. Maybe I feel more
I
comfortable
think
saying
some people
I
have.
got IBS.
I think some people have ADD IBS where it's like, do you though? And then I think some people it's like Tourette's. Like,
yeah, well, you like,
it's
no, that's
like,
IBS.
Yeah, you're
That
like,
shit is-
man, that guy could not control what he was
yeah,
shitting. You know?
yeah. Well, like if you got like IBS, like there are ways obviously to control your IBS though. Is she not taking like medicine or like? Is there like not a butt plug or something that they could like?
A butt plug.
Is there not something that you wear to be like, let me control this? Like
It's like that weed lawyer got hired by the state.
I'm asking
The
real
weed lawyer
questions.
from a few episodes ago. Now he's for the state, and he's like, "Is there not like a butt plug?"
I'm just saying, like, are there like ways to fight IBS? Are there ways that the state can try to argue against her and be like, hey, but if you were taking your IBS medicine or if you were wearing your butt plug, we wouldn't have had these defecation issues.
I had a busy morning. I
I
forgot to
lost my
take the
butt plug.
IBS.
Yeah,
I
that's what I'm
forgot to
saying.
put the butt
That's
plug
what I'm
in.
saying. Is there something to fight IBS? Or is it
Just
just,
managing your diet, controlling your lifestyle.
are you looking this
reducing
up or you
stress.
just speaking?
There's- I think you can find out a lot about IBS if you do your
Me?
research. I'm sure the IBS community will reach out to you.
I'm pretty sure we have a huge IBS community
Yeah.
that listens to us.
It's one of our main demos.
That's gonna jump in right now. Like, this isn't funny at all. IBS is a real fucking thing. And I'm gonna be like, yo, I respect IBS.
You guys seem like the real IBS.
I have no choice but to respect IBS. I think if you don't respect IBS, IBS comes for you. And I think that
That's true.
you want to at least be respectful that IBS is a real thing and it's out here. Because I can't even
Right.
imagine.
But it is like an ADD thing where you're like, do I have IBS or did I just eat Taco Bell?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, as an adult, any day that's a bad day.
And
might
there's
make you-
definitely some people out there where the doctor's like, you have IBS, but if you stopped eating Taco Bell
Yeah.
every day, you wouldn't have IBS. So it's kind of like, in that way, you're like, well, so do I.
Yeah.
But I think there's also people that are like, I'm trying my fucking hardest. I don't eat dairy. I don't eat gluten, blah, blah, blah. I shit myself. You know, I don't drink coffee. And those people have.
That's
my
real.
heart goes out
That's
to
real.
them.
Yeah, that's real.
Yeah.
No. I know that there's real.
There's
Are we
legit
getting
IBS.
PC on this
No,
show?
no. I'm saying
there's real
I'm saying there's
IBS
also
people.
I eat a lot of Taco Bell, so I have IBS. And you're like, okay, well then stop eating.
But
Taco
I'm also
Bell.
saying for those people, like, are there things? There's gotta be like, oh, take this pill to plug you up. For sure.
There's gotta be.
Yeah, I'm not about to listen to you tell me that we can't
tighten me
ask
up.
questions about the IBS community.
Tighten up my diarrhea pill. There's gotta be one.
There's gotta be one.
An anti-diarrhea pill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
There's gotta be an anti-diuretic. That sounds like a thing.
That does sound like a thing. Is it a thing, Alahna?
Yes.
Well, that's been our science segment.
If you guys feel smarter, please leave a comment saying that you feel smarter. If you feel dumber and you don't want us going over any science or IBS. I don't know if IBS really qualifies as science. Is it science? It could be science.
I think it's the way the body works. It's about.
Do you also think that sometimes, and I don't want to go back into this too much, do you also think sometimes that people play a game of like, I can make it in a few?
Wait, what?
Do you also think people sometimes play a game of like, I can make it in a few? Like, I don't have to shit right now. And then by the time
they make it to the bathroom, you're like, oh, God.
Yeah.
I mean,
because I know a person that does that.
I know a guy who does that.
I know
too.
a guy that does that too.
Oh, I thought you were talking
No.
about yourself.
No. No, I shit way too often and free. Like, I know I don't have IBS.
You hold it all together?
No, but I'm definitely the master of my shit. I
but you
control
mean
my shit.
going like, I got to shit in about 3 minutes.
Yeah,
no
and
matter
then-
what.
Well, no,
That'll happen
I
from
feel like
time to time, but that'll be a usually that's brought on either by stress or Taco Bell.
I feel like I know it'll be somebody else be like, oh, you may have watched them mentally tell themselves like, I got a little more time. And then you see them rush themselves to the bathroom and you're like, why didn't you just go 2 minutes ago when I saw you have a thought about like having to shit a little bit, or maybe you never.
I guess they don't pay attention to others' bathroom habits.
That's true. I'm just talking about it being from Zane.
You know what? That's not fair.
And that's why they want to do it, because you swear Zane listens to the podcast and he's gonna get embarrassed.
That's not fair.
No, he doesn't have IBS.
No, he's just a kid who's learning to know when he has to poop, probably.
Yeah. And I'm saying, when do we grow out of that is the question.
When do we ever learn how to poop?
Or when we need to poop.
Let us know in the comments.
I got too high, guys. I'm too high in the episode, man. But like, it's been a great one. I appreciate you guys as always.
Let us know where you would travel if you had time to travel forward or backward.
Yeah.
I also want to know, I know it feels like we're on our outro.
No, we're good.
But I just wanted to know if somebody said, I have a time machine, I guarantee you're going to get wherever you want to go, but it's not guaranteed you can come back. Would you do that?
Oh, where would you go where you're okay with staying?
Or would you not go?
I would go possibly. I would possibly go to like somewhere that's not too far in the past where I'm like, you're just starting. Oh, you said to the future.
You could go anywhere. You could go forward or backwards.
Oh.
However far you want. But there is not.
No.
It's not guaranteed that you could come back.
I may possibly go to the past. I wouldn't go to the future.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't go to the future and stay, because it could be anything when I get there. But I would go to the past possibly, because I can redo things.
You would go to your past and affect your own past?
Well, yeah, when I think about my past, when I think about like going, if I have the option, I only think about maybe doing something different in my past.
But you would be convincing the present version of you to do something different. So they might do something different, but then you would still be stuck there as the 34-year-old version of you.
No.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you travel to the past, you in the past exist still, the kid.
Yeah, but I could just go there myself, and then I would put a note in my jacket,
Yeah.
and I would give the note, tell the dude, hey, I'm supposed to give you this note.
But you'd be more interested in that versions of you's experience.
I would give the note to my young self. It would have all of these things, lessons, all these things in which I wanted my young self to learn and do currently, to like do now, to get a head start on different things. And then the last step would be kill old version of you right now. Kill current me right now so that I can live on with those things again.
Wow. So you're letting the separate existence of you live on, and you're sacrificing who you are right now.
That's fine. I'll make it better than me. I trust myself for that.
Wow.
I trust myself to make it better than me. And I gave myself that note to kill me for a reason. I knew I'd get in my way. Yeah, that's real shit.
I bet you could also go back to the past, do something very notable, become rich and famous, and then go. I'm actually from the future, and this is the past version of myself. And you could easily bring your past version of yourself into their own track. And then you could see an alternative version of what you might have done if you were given the power of you empowering you.
Yeah.
Because you could be like, I'm Sterling Henderson, and then you get to the top, you're like, I'm just kidding, I'm Sterling Brim out here from the future, and that's the current me, and now we are a famous experience.
He points over to the current me. I'm pooping. This is an awkward time.
Oh, yeah, I really had to go.
I don't know.
All right, well, happy birthday, Zane.
Hey, birthday, Zane. Happy 5th birthday, man. It was a big one.
Thanks for tuning in.
As always, zip it up.
Zip it out. We'll see you next week.
We out of this biatch.